Hello everyone, we're back with another episode. Today we'll be talking about the 49ers defensive coach, Steve Wilks. He got fired a couple weeks ago, a couple days ago. There was a lot of things that was happening with his play call. Uh, for me, I don't think he deserved to get fired his first year. And I get it. During the season, there was a lot of things that was happening with the 49ers defense because we saw how the defensive coach that went to the Houston, Texas did a phenomenal job last year. Even before that, they were doing pretty well on defense, but we saw that how there was a lack of effort from the defense of the 49ers. The players were being lazy. Some of the players were being lazy. And to me, you can't really fire him for that because this is his first year. And I get it. The 49ers defense were pretty good last year. Even a couple years ago, they were pretty good. But this year, there were a lot of things that was happening, a lot of trade, a lot of things that were happening. They lost one of the best safety that was out for the whole season. They got Chase Young during the trade. Um, we saw that how he was doing okay with the Commanders. When he went with the 49ers, we saw some little taste out of him in a sense where he was doing okay from 1 to 10. To me, he was like a 7. He did a decent job with the 49ers. I don't know if it's because the injury from the ACL, what he was going through with the Commanders. A lot of things that was happening, but for him to get fired, I don't think he deserved to get fired because to me, it's not his fault. I mean, we should question the head coach. We should talk about Mike Shanahan as a head coach. I know that they fired him to brush it out what Mike Shanahan did in the Super Bowl. We saw that 3 times in the Super Bowl by Mike. But they have to blame somebody, so they blame the defensive coach. But to me, he was not the problem. I mean, we saw when I know that he struggled against the Green Bay Packers, the Lions, but when you saw those games, he shut them down. They couldn't score after that. When the offense started to move the ball, starting to score, the 49ers offense starting to score. To me, I think the 49ers offense been struggling from, I would say, week 15, maybe 14 or 13, all the way to the playoff. They were struggling offense. There were players in offense that were hurt and things like that. But I don't know what's happening with the 49ers. Steve didn't deserve to get fired. I think that they should have given him another year. But what difference gonna make if they get a new coach? And guess what? If they do play well, we saw the Houston coach from last year. He's a Houston coach now, but the coach from last year, he did a phenomenal job, but they still lost. Still lost. They found a way to lose this game in playoff. And even before that, they lost in the Super Bowl. We saw these things, and I think that Mike Shanahan is the problem. I think that, like I said from the video before, he's Mike D'Antoni. We saw this numerous times from Atlanta, you know, against Mahomes' first Super Bowl. We saw the year after that. We saw a lot of these things happening with the 49ers. At some point, you can't keep firing defensive coaches. Letting these defensive coaches go away. But we have to blame Mike Shanahan because in the Super Bowl, there was a lot of mistake by him as a coach that he should have told his players. Some players didn't even know the rules for overtime, and the chief kind of mentioned that, saying that we're well prepared. The 49ers was not well prepared, but they had to find a way to brush things out, blame somebody, so they blamed the coach. And I think that they should have given him another year. They didn't deserve to get fired. I mean, what he did with the chief, Green Bay in the line, he hold them when he said, hey, guys, we got to step up. We need to bring this energy out. We got to make plays. We saw that in the Super Bowl in the first half, how the 49ers defense stepped up. Like, they were stopping Mahomes. They found ways. They stopped the running game. Um, it's just the offense couldn't generate points. So for them to blame the defensive coach, it was not fair. I wish him luck, and I think he will find another job. And good luck to him. Thanks, guys.